What's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the channel. Good night of living. It has been a busy couple weeks around here, as many of you know already. But anyway, we got a lot to go over this morning. So let me just dive in, tell you what's going on right quick, and then we're going to get back into the Dirty Dodge. We are actually going to restore, refurbish, and reinstall that 70-year-old gas tank in the Dirty Dodge today, because we got to get him back on his wheels and get him out of here. And I'm going to explain all that to you right now. So let's quit talking about it. Let's be about it. Welcome back to Busted Radial Garage. All right, guys, let's just dive right into this. We'll get to the cars right quick. As many of you have been watching my live streams and shorts and stuff here lately, the Noisy Cricket is done, ready to go, and we're going to have him at a burnout competition, many burnout competitions here for you guys very, very soon. Monzilla is done, all but break in and getting him fired up. I'll get to him just as soon as absolutely possible. Grim is done. We had an electrical issue with him. The MSD box had failed, so we ordered another one of those. And some of you are probably like wondering, what's going on in this general area? Well, I took his methanol carbs off and sent him out to Dennis at Twisted Mopar Garage. He's getting those rebuilt for us, getting them dialed back in. As soon as they get back here, we're going to restall him back on Gren, get him out to the drag strip, and we're going to see what he's going to do NA. We're going to bring him back here, throw his blower on, take him out and see what he does with a little bit of boost. And then we're going to get ready for some drag racing this year and some burnout competitions. As far as the shop goes, a lot of you are like, what is going on with the walls? What's going on with everything in here? Well, many of you already know we're getting ready to tear down / redo this entire shop. And that's why we have such a sense of urgency to get the Dirty Dodge done, because I got to get him off that lift, get him and Monzilla off to storage. I got to get Grim, Noisy Cricket on a trailer so we can take them out this summer. I got to get Shirley put back together, get her put in storage, and then we've got to gut this shop because we are completely transforming everything in here. We're going to do an add-on. We're going to redo the floors. We're going to redo the ceiling, all the walls. We've got some new equipment bought. I can't wait to get that dialed in. We're putting in all new garage doors down this entire wall. It is going to be busy around here for the next few months. And to top it all off is I'm doing all this and I may not have anywhere to work on my cars. So we may be doing that from storage, which a lot of you have been wanting to see that anyway. But all right, let's get on today's episode. All right, guys, here is the 7-year-old gas tank out of our boy, the Dirty Dodge up there. And I have spent hours and hours wire wheeling this thing, and we've got it pretty well dialed in. Looks pretty good. I'm actually impressed it turned out this nice. So our next steps are going to be, we've got a couple things we've got to do. We've got to get the main gas line off of here. And I've been soaking it down in some old, generic PB blaster, this Rural King version, the old lube. And then we've got one small hole we've got to fix right up here. So we're going to take some old JB weld and dial that in, grind it down, seal it up the best we can. We got to make a new ground wire here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to coat the whole tank in some rust reformer to kind of, keep this stuff from acting up underneath the new paint. Once it dries, we'll shoot it in new paint and then mask off. And we're going to coat the whole underside with, that rubberized undercoating. We'll have to mask off for the drain plug, so on and so forth. But anyway, this tank, if you buy it new, is like $500. I'm not doing that if I can spend like some $20 and some sprayables and a little bit of elbow grease, wire wheels. So anyway, once we get that dialed in, we're going to have to make 2 new straps. I've got one that's broke here and then one here that's complete, but it's pretty rough. So we'll get some steel out and make 2 new straps, get it mounted up in the car and get it set. And then we've got to get back to work on the rear end and the brakes. I'm still waiting on parts for that right now, but it is what it is, piece at a time, right? Because like I said earlier, everything's got to come out of here. And, I can't move him where he's sitting. So let's get you set up, see if we can get this fitting out without breaking it. And then we're going to get this tank cleaned out, get some diesel fuel, nuts, bolts, marbles, whatever, and get back to work. So anyway, let's get after it. All right, little fella, work with me here. Be a pal. Are you gonna come out? Oh man, we got luckier to all get out. Good night. Man, I cannot believe we got that lucky, but I will take it. Alrighty then. So we'll save this fitting and we'll take it up and get a new barb fitting. So when we run our new fuel line, we'll be dialed in. Alright, let's get some brake clean and wipe this entire thing down. And then we're going to get it hung up and start spraying. Man, I cannot believe we got that lucky, but I'll take it. With the luck I've had lately, shoot. Get down. Get this thing all wiped off. All right, good deal, guys. There, we got it all wiped down, cleaned up as best as humanly possible. So let's go ahead and get some diesel fuel, get this thing cleaned out, and let's see what comes out of here. I would imagine it's going to resemble a whole lot like Taco Tuesday. So let's go ahead and get this cleaned out, and then we're going to go ahead and patch that hole. All righty then. Just shove the old funnel down in there. Pour about a half a gallon or so of diesel. Do the old long pour. That's right. Get some. That ought to be about enough. All right, let's go shake it up a little bit, shall we? Just get in there all deep like with it. I'd say this is going to come out like nasty. Get down. All right, guys, let's see what we got. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, get some. Oh. Get some of that. Oh, clumps even. Just like taco night. Yeah, we're going to need to do that a bunch. Oh, nasty. Daggum, that was foul. And to be honest with you, it kind of made me hungry. Taco Bell for supper tonight, if you know what I'm saying. All right, guys, that's going to take a half a dozen times of doing that. I'm going to have to get the old marbles out and just probably go get the girls and we'll shake and bake this thing. I'll check back in with you when we got it clean. All right, cool, guys. We got the tank out here in my professional paint booth, which is right outside my shop door. We went ahead and got this thing all cleaned out. Took us over 5 gallons of diesel to get all that sludge out of there, but I think we got her good to go. Went ahead and made her a repair here. We still have to fix that ground wire, but we'll get that after it's all painted. Went ahead and masked off, you know, all the spots where we don't want paint. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and coat this whole tank in this Duplicolor rust fix, just to prevent or, you know, do what we can to keep this thing from rusting any further. Once this dries, we'll go ahead and paint, get our undercoating on, and then we should be able to go ahead and get this thing put back in the car. But anyway, let's quit talking about it. Let's get this put on there. All righty then. I'm just going to go ahead and put a hefty little coat of this on here. Now this goes on clear, and then anything that's rust, it generally turns it black. But we're just going to go a nice heavy coat everywhere. I mean, no one's ever going to see this, to be honest. But if you're going to do it, you might as well go all the way. Get her all on there, all deep like. In all the crevices, if you know what I'm saying. Fill all them holes up. Oh, yeah. Get all of it. Protect this thing as long as we can. Again, it's just going to be a daily driver, not a show car, but it'll be all right. That'll work. All right, we'll get this side dry and then we'll do the other side. All right, guys, with that first coat of paint's drying up, we've got to find something to make gas tank straps out of, and I think I might have a plan here. I've been looking around, and I got to get back here, but I've got an old piece of a B-body quarter panel that fell back here, I don't know, a year ago. I think I'm going to try to dig this booger out if I can get to it somehow. And there might be just enough of it there to where we can cut 2 straps out of it. But my goodness gracious, let's see if I can even get to it back here somehow. All right, come here, little fella. God, look how dusty them things are. Let's see if I can keep them getting eaten by something. So if we can get this out of here, see if I can just get it to fall the other way. Oh, money. Might be able to get that out. Oh, there it is too. Sweet. All right, excuse me, Shirley. Get out of the way. So if we can get this out of here, we might be able to cut. Ooh, I don't know if it's going to be long enough. Well, let's get it over there and try it out right quick. Good grief, you awkward little thing. Hold on. All All right, so hopefully we can get 2 strips out of that. I don't know. Let's get this longer one here. Am we gonna fit? Oh, no. We're not long enough. Dang it. Huh. Well, what are you doing over there? Good night. All right, let me figure out something else. Dang it. All right, cool, guys. So I come out here to check on our tank, and it's starting to black up pretty good. So that rust fix is doing its job. And then I got to thinking, like, how can I make my thing longer here? Or what can I do to make this work? And I got to looking over here, and I'm like, hey, I got this old Homer shell. And guess what? We've got a good top. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the old whiz wheel out here, and I'm going to cut me a section out of this. And it's plenty long enough. And we're going to go ahead and make our new gas tank straps out of Homer. Man, he's still giving to the channel. So let's get the old whiz wheel out here and heck, I pass these off. Alrighty then, let's get this brush off of here and put us a cutting wheel on. Find something with the old sleeve or something here. Alright. And let's go happy shack this roof. We're going to go ahead and take us a new blade. I'll tell you what, even a blind squirrel finds a nut sometimes. I got lucky and I'll get out just sitting out there trying to think. Oh, okay. Which one is it? Good grief. Whammo! All right, let's go. All right, guys, we're not going for perfection here because that just wouldn't be us here at BRG. So we're going to get as straight as possible. And then when we get in there, we'll try to, finagle it. That's what I'm saying. And another thing, there's a lot of flammable stuff underneath this roof, like old seats and leaves and sticks and probably a rogue mouse nest. So we don't want to catch anything on fire. So there's that. Anyway, let's get to cutting. This looks good. That's money, dude. That's money, dude. Come out there. All right, we got our new strap metal here. Free of charge, courtesy of Mr. Homer. Thank you very much, sir. So let's get this in here and see if we can cut us some new straps out of this mess. Good night of living. That's plenty long enough. All right, guys, we're going to get somewhat professional here, and we're going to use one of these level things. We know we need these straps an inch wide. Length really doesn't matter right now. We're going to cut them way long in case we mess up something or whatever. But, we don't want to be called that rarely called hack. There's been accusations in the past. So we're going to make these look somewhat, professional. So we need 1 inch. So we're going to make marks on this black top with a blue ink pen. Never going to be able to see it. But, we'll guess at it. Yeah, there. All right, 1 inch. That'd probably help if that worked. Let me see if I got a paint pen. Do I have one of those? Ha! I do, by God. And it's yellow. Does it work? Yes. Okay, so 1 inch. There's 1 inch. And 1 inch. All right. So let's doodle us out a strap here. Am I long enough on my old ruler here? Yes. Yes. All right. Hack. Ha. Hack. Come on, man. Would a hack use a level? Would they? I don't think they would. All right. Let's mark this out. I'm going to get my paint pen to work. We just need somewhat of a mark. Oh, yeah. Come on. They have these things, they're called scribes that will work. Can I see that? How could you not see that? That's money. That is money, dude. All right. Let's cut 2 of these out. I'll be back with you in a minute. There we go, guys. 2 brand new, straight from Homer's roof, recycled gas tank straps. So now what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to get a flat disc and I'm gonna have to clean up these edges because in all seriousness, you will cut the crap out of yourself fooling with those things. But anyway, so now all we gotta do is take one of these old straps and reverse engineer it, right? So we're gonna have to put our little hook here at the end. Give it back. Put our little hook with the hole here at the end. No big deal. And then it'll just bolt in on the other side. We'll just have to drill a couple holes once we figure out our exact measurement. And we are in there like swimwear. All right, guys, I was gonna take a flat disc, but man, I'm just going to use my bench grinder with this rock. Let's go ahead and get these cleaned up right quick. Get some. All right, guys, got these things all deburred. Man, they are tighter than 2 coats of paint. All right, so I guess what we're gonna do is we'll get one of them old ones brought over here and we're gonna start recreating those. All right, guys, we got our tank all good and dried up. And man, that rust kill did an amazing job. I'm not sure if you can tell it with the lighting. I had to move inside because you guys know I take the girls out once or twice a week out to dinner, let them go shopping, so on and so forth. So, but before we go, I'm gonna go ahead and get this under primer and let it dry while we're out running around. And then when I come back, I'll go ahead and start painting it. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and use my usual Rust-Oleum professional primer here. We're gonna get this thing all coated up real good. Again, let it set up and we'll paint it when I get back. So let's go ahead and get some primer on this old boy. All righty then. Let's go ahead and get a nice coat on here. I know this is kind of crazy for a gas tank, but like I've said before, if you're gonna do it, you might as well go all the way. All right, let me get this painted up real quick. Now I'll check back with you. Good deal, Lucille. There we go, guys. 2 nice even coats of primer all the way around the tank. Over here on my Hanger All 9000, you guys seen me move anything from cars to engines to, I mean, I've swung around on that thing a couple times, but no, it's handier in the shirt pocket. But anyway, there we go. All right, so I'm gonna let this dry up a little bit. I'm gonna take these girls out. And when I get back, we're gonna jump back in the shop. Probably gonna be 8 or 9 o'clock at night. We'll work down here for a few more hours. We'll get this thing painted. We'll get it undercoated. We'll do the whole smash and get it ready, put in the car. And while all that's drying, we're gonna get back to our straps. So I'll see you guys here in just a little bit. Well, guys, pretty close to predicted. It is 8:30. Just got back, had a nice dinner with the girls, went shopping. Now let's get back down here to the shop and get to work. Good deal, boys and girls. It's been a couple hours and our primer is good and dry. So now we're gonna go ahead and put this Rust-Oleum silver on here. Get this paint all dialed in, let it dry, and then we're gonna go ahead and rhino line or undercoat this bottom section, protect it from, you know, rock chips and stuff in case I really get crazy and go off-roading. So let's go ahead and sling some silver. All righty then, probably not gonna change much, but we'll give her a rip here, Tater Chip. Oh yeah, you're not gonna be able to, well, it's starting to shine up a little bit. Thing is with silver, it likes to run. So we're gonna take our time with it. All right, good deal. Let me get this painted up. We'll touch back with you here in a second. All right, cool guys. We got all the silver on here and it is dry. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take some of this tape. I'm gonna go around these edges here to protect this silver. Then we're gonna go on the back side and we are gonna go ahead and put our, you know, truck bed liner, you know, rubberized, you know, undercoating, whatever you wanna call it. So let's go ahead and get this masked off real quick. And this is just more or less gonna keep overspray from coming on this side. Again, trying to keep it somewhat nice. So we're not gonna, you know, put it down there like super stiff, but we're gonna go ahead and try to protect it the best we can. get her dialed in. I mean, just really, you know the KISS method, right? Keep it simple, stupid. And that's what we're gonna do. So just something simple like that to keep that stuff from coming over here and messing up this side. I went way too big on that tape. So we'll just kind of shear that off a tickle. Just like that. And then we'll just kind of, feather this piece right here. Boom. Nothing special. Real quick like. I mean, boom. Just like that. All right, let's go to the other side and we're going to shoot our bed liner, rubberized, you know what I'm saying. All right, guys, we got it ready. This is the stuff I'm using right here. This Rust-Oleum undercoating, the rubberized black. Now, I will tell you, if you're using this, you got to shake the living crap out of it. I mean, you got to shake it like it owes you money, you know what I'm saying? All right, so let's go ahead and get this sprayed on, and we're going to let that dry. And if you've ever used this crap goes everywhere. I actually stuck a piece of tape in my drain plug hole there so we don't jack it up. And it comes out like this brown color. If it's not this nasty brown color, trust me, you don't have it mixed up enough. We're just going to work our way around the edges here. Just like downtown. Again, this is just to protect the tank. Because these things are like 500 bucks new, plus shipping. So we don't want to have to do that. Just gonna give a generous little light coat here. Let it set up a second, and then probably gonna use most of this can, again, just to protect this tank. Keep shaking it because it will stop up on you. And it'll come out this oily, black, yellowish color. I may reshoot this silver or I may just leave it black. I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get to that point. It probably look better all silver, to be honest. But as long as it's functional. Make sure to get all deep like in your corners. You never skimp on the corners. Or never cut a corner rather. Yeah, that's what we want right there. I don't know if this is paintable or not. Oh, right there, paintable. So we may reshoot this silver. But we'll see what happens. I kind of dig the black, and then we'll have the silver on the top. It'll give it a nice little contrast. You won't be able to see all the top, but you'll be able to see a little bit of it. A little bit of side action, if you know what I'm saying. All right, I think that's going to be it. We're going to let that ride. Man, that turned out sharp. Check this out, guys. So there's our silver side, right? And then it breaks right over into our two-tone, which looks sick, and the rhino liner on the bottom side of the tank. We still got our nice little threads for the drain plug. So now that's going to take several hours to dry and cure up, especially with the temperature in here. It's probably 60 degrees in the shop, 50 degrees in the shop. So we're going to let that sit the rest of the night, dry and cure up, so we can fool with it tomorrow and not have to worry about, fooling with the paint. So in the meantime, we've got to make our new straps, which is going to be involving recreating that end and that end so we can get it to bolt up just like stock in the car, recreate these bends, and go from there. So you know what I mean? The only thing left to do is just do it, right? So let's get to work. All right, guys, I guess first things first is we've got to recreate this slot and pin method here that they use for the 55. So I don't have these pins, and I'm not going to waste my time trying to beat them out. So I got this piece of all thread here. I'm going to hack off these ends where the threads are, measure me out an inch, hack off a piece, and we're going to use that as our pin here. So we'll put it in here. We'll fold over. It looks like they've got roughly 2 inches here as the fold over. So we're going to go ahead and do that same thing. We're just going to fold it over, put it over here on the anvil on the vise. beat that down nice and flat around the dowel pin. And then I'm not going to trust my welds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a couple small bolts and bolt this, well, this section where this one's welded. So let's go ahead and recreate that twice. And then we're going to go ahead and try to get that end, well, recreate that end on these, if that makes sense. So let me get to building this and let's see how good we can actually get it. All right, guys, so let me show you what we got. So this is what we had before, right? This old like notch and pin type method for this tank strap. And this is what I've come up with. So I took and cut off that old all thread we have over there, notched this out, and then rather than welding it, because I just don't trust my welds that well enough, I went ahead and just put these two small bolts in here, which should create the same thing, right? It'll serve the same purpose. So let's go over here. I've already test fitted it on the car, but I'll go ahead and show you right quick. So let's get under here. All right, so here's our setup. And here's the notch it has to set in. So it'll just go like this. Lock in place. And boom, this will fold on around to the tank. We'll have to bend it to fit, obviously, but locks right in there. In there. Like swimwear. All right, so all we got to do is make another one just like this one here, and then we'll be able to get the tank set up in there in place, figure out how we're going to attach this other end, or how it needs to be made rather, and we're going to be good to go. We'll be able to final, well, I'm going to paint these and clean them up, and then we'll be able to final mount the tank, go ahead and attach the tank to the you know, the fuel spout there and the return line, and then all we'll have to do is run our main feed line. And we'll go ahead and start on this rear end. But anyway, I've been down here like 4 hours. It's going on after midnight. So I'm going to go ahead and see you guys in the morning. I'm going to stay down here and go ahead and make these. And then in the morning, we'll go ahead and attach them. So it's only going to be like a split second for you. But yeah, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Good morning. Boy, that was a long night. But let me show you what we got done here right quick. All righty then. So we got both of our new tank straps made. So we got them dialed in, sitting here. I've already got them scuffed because I'm going to paint them here in a few minutes. Got me a piece of cardboard laid out. So I'm going to take our newly dried tank, which turned out absolutely amazing. Dried out great last night. Threw some heat on it. Turned out sick. I don't know how well you can tell from what you're looking on how that undercoating turned out. But man, it is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, for a gas tank, right? So we're going to get this moved over here. And we're going to go ahead and replace our ground wire. We're going to take all this masking tape off, put our new hose ends here on, and then while we're doing that, we're going to hang the straps over here. We're going to go ahead and get those painted silver, let them dry out, and then while those are drying, we get this done. We're going to go ahead and get this kind of set up there in place. And then when the straps are done, we'll take the straps. You see what I'm saying? We're going to start getting this put together is what I'm getting at. So let's get back to work. All right, come on, little fella. Let's get you up here. Oh. Don't want to scratch up our new tank just yet. Good deal, man. That turned out sick. All right, good deal. So I got my, you know, hanger 9000 here. Got the tank off and converted it from a one-piece hanger to a two-piece. So just took a couple of zip ties and a bungee cord, and we can hang both of our new straps there. And we're going to go ahead and paint them this same silver, you know, kind of give it a contrast look when it's mounted in the car. So I'm going to go ahead and get these painted right quick. We're going to get back on this tank. All right, guys, there's our straps, newly painted. We're just going to let them sit there and dry, but those turned out nice. They're going to look good, you know, contrasted against that black. But yeah, we're going to let them dry. Here's the tank. So I went ahead and got this all assembled. Got our new hoses installed. Got those put on. Went ahead, made our new wire. Got it mounted. You know, red's the only color I had, you know, that was suitable for this. And unfortunately, I had to use our, you know, our insulator, our old insulator rag or insulator crap here because I didn't have a new piece. But that's fine. No one's ever going to see it anyway. So the next thing we got to do is we got to get this set up underneath the dirty Dodge. So I'm going to dig a stand out. We'll kind of get it in place. Then once these straps dry, we're going to go ahead and start bolting this thing down. All right, little fella, let's play nice. Good night of living. Be nice. You ready to stay there? I need Johnny. Oh, that's almost money. All right, let's see if we can get it cranked up here. All right, we're going up now, by God. I mean, like it was supposed to go there. I mean, it kind of was, it came out of there. I like it a lot. It's amazing how small that tank is for how big the car is. All right, we need to try to get our hose on here first. So we're gonna have to do some jiggle wiggling here. All right, let's try our new straps here. So that should go like so. Boom. And then this one should go like so. Uh-oh, don't start, get in there. Do I need to get the motivator? All right, hold on, let me get the motivator. There we go. Now we're in there. All right, so now we just got to get these form fit to the tank, which would be just like downtown. I should probably bring it through here. There we go. All right, same thing here. Get this tank lined up where it's supposed to be. All right, good deal. Let's go up and get the front set up. Sweet. All right, so we're gonna bring him up and around like so. Oh yeah, we're cooking with Crisco now, by God. All right, so now we gotta get our bolts run down through those holes and then hook these to it, bolt them down. We'll be in there like swimwear. Boom! There we go. I like it a lot. Sweet! Boom! There we go, guys. Get you some of that. Turned out epic. 71-year-old gas tank that actually came out of this 55 Dodge Royale Lancer has been saved, refurbed, and put back in the car and turned out absolutely amazing. I love it. Our homemade straps out of our boy Homer out there turned out absolutely amazing. I love that contrast look, but yeah, got a nice little wrap all the way underneath. I couldn't be happier with how that turned out. It's absolutely amazing. So now we got to go ahead and get this rear end rebuilt, get it all wire wheeled down, get it cleaned, change over the brakes, pull the axles, put all new wheel studs in, get this thing dialed in. But you're going to have to catch that on the next episode because I've got a mountain of work to get done. I got to clean up this shop. I've got people coming today to clear out more stuff, get some of these cars out here. But yeah, it's going to be a busy summer with all the events. And now on top of all that, we're going to be redoing the shop. Plus, we got to get the Dirty Dodge built because we got the Power Tour and the Power Detour like literally around the corner. So anyway, you guys know the deal. I love you. I appreciate you watching. We'll catch you next time. BRG out.